So that's been really good success for Carroll County. Again, based on my years with the county and the type of development that we've been able to realize. But we feel like we're kind of coming up against the wall a little bit in terms of some of the growth constraints, and there are a couple of different reasons for that. And I'll talk about some of the future land projects, but basically we have a limited amount of finished land that's available. So, if we had another project the size of a Kenore Break that called and said, we want to build here in Carroll County, we don't have a lot of ready-to-go property to show them. And a lot of the industrial land is really small in size and doesn't have the adequate public infrastructure that's needed right now. And the development process is a long process. It's like, 18 months to 2 years potentially to be able to put that infrastructure in. But here's what we do have. We do have the North Carroll Business Park where Fuchs is located. You can see them. They're down in the lower corner, and Ridge Engineering is next to them. So that property that's back there, it's 75 acres. We are in the process right now of looking at, what it's going to take to put that infrastructure in to have that property ready to go. But it takes about $100,000 per acre finished. That's what the costs are going to be. So for economic development, you have to invest to be able to realize, the gain and the tax benefits on the other end. And it's a long-term process. And usually when we work with potential projects, they're long-term as well in terms of their development. So that's at North Carroll. That's what we have up there. And that is right across the street from the former North Carroll High School, actually, as well. So the Mount Airy Business Park, this is 129 acres. It's proposed on Maryland 27. We're working with the town of Mount Airy. So a lot of this in the master plan, it's proposed that this property would be annexed into the town of Mount Airy. And the developer plans to create an employment campus that could result in 900,000 square feet. But that's going to take like 15 years, that's going to, happen over that projected time frame. But it could add $1 million to the assessable base if everything goes right and all that happens and the market is right and, people buy the property and invest in it and go there. So that's one of the other parks that we're working on to develop for future use. But as you see, none of these, I guess probably, I'd say North Carroll would probably be, the quickest turnaround that we could possibly. Mount Airy is going to take a lot longer to develop. Okay, and then the other one, this is one it's designated in the Freedom Plan. Linda had mentioned the Freedom Plan, and this one just kind of came up when we were looking at, where else can we develop, and it's the Delaney property on Maryland 26. So it's designated as an employment campus in the Freedom Plan, which is still being revised. The nice thing about this is that it is close to public infrastructure, so that makes that more appealing, that it could be a property, once that's approved in the Freedom Plan, could be a property that we could develop more quickly than some of the others. So that's kind of what we have in the pipeline. I think that's it.